Don't just be another foreigner, be a local Laowai. Welcome back to Local Laowai, the show that gives you everything you need to know for a smooth transition to life in China. I'm Donny Newman. Wedding bells are ringing. You've proposed and now it's come time to plan that big day. So what are the expectations, cultural traditions, and customs of the Chinese wedding? How do you go about planning the ceremony? Who should you invite? Planning a wedding is a big job no matter where in the world you are. So today we've come to Mona Lisa Wedding Photography Supercenter outside Beijing to get your Chinese wedding off on the right foot. Let's go. The Chinese wedding, although it's not too much different from its Western counterpart, is different in enough ways that it merits some special attention, particularly if you don't want to upset your Chinese other half.
Yeah, that's the last thing I want to do to Ling Ling at the moment.
She's threatened to throw away all my Lady Gaga posters if the big day isn't huge.
The traditional ceremony is quite complex, and there's even a lot of things you need to do before the wedding ceremony itself. Family is one of the most important aspects of a Chinese wedding. Your Chinese spouse's parents will have to agree to the wedding for it to even happen, and traditionally this is done through a series of letters. Also traditionally, the groom's family will have to present a gift to the bride, for example, money or jewelry. Bridal cake invitations are sent out to the wedding guests, which are reciprocated by congratulatory gifts sent to the bride's family. Special customs are observed before and during the ceremony, for which you'll definitely want to plan. Some of those customs include an 8-course meal at the reception and the new bride and groom serving tea to their parents, giving thanks for their upbringing. However, there are some similarities. The bride's family, for example, is supposed to prepare a dowry to help the newlywed couple start their new lives together. And the bride and groom are not supposed to see each other before the ceremony, unless they want some bad luck.
Good job Ling Ling's in Yunnan then. Does seeing each other by Skype count?
Unlike what you may be used to back home, wedding photography, or 婚纱摄影, is not snapped at the ceremony itself. It's taken well beforehand, sometimes even weeks before the big day. Now, when you get the pictures taken, you'll change costumes at least a dozen times and go to multiple locations. The photos are meant to represent the start of a prosperous and happy life together for the couple.
Darling, moon in my sky. What? You want to go to Hainan for our wedding photos? That's going to be a bit expensive. Oh, hot, of course, hot, yes. What's that you say? You think Paris might be cooler? You know what? Hainan might be not such a bad idea after all.
When planning the ceremony, there are two crucial things you have to remember: date and location. Dates are very important in Chinese culture and are usually set by the lunar calendar. The numbers for the month and the day of the ceremony needs to add up to being something lucky. The numbers 6 and 8, for example, are lucky, while 4 is considered unlucky. It's also unlucky to have a wedding on a year in which there's no first day of spring. Now, if your other half is Chinese, he or she will be keen enough on these things to advise you. Choosing the location for your ceremony is just as important as choosing your guests. Traditionally, the ceremony was held in the groom's house or hometown, but this can vary from province to province. Nowadays, a lot of people choose to do it in a large hotel or restaurant which serves specialty and therefore expensive food.
Hi Ling Ling. Yeah, 40 sounds about right. 400? I thought you said, but that your house won't even fit it. Your uncle's been married 3 times, and all your school friends? You know that's a lot of... Hello? Better start looking for hotels then.
Well, you do know you have more options than hotels, right? Many Chinese couples nowadays choose to have their weddings in churches, kind of like a combination between the traditional and the Western. Now, the traditional ceremony is held in the person's home, and after the bride serves tea to her new in-laws, then it can move on to a church. Traditionally, it's the groom's family's responsibility to pay for most of the ceremony, but this can vary from family to family. A lot of times, the bride's family will even cover a substantial proportion.
That's about 1,000 RMB for the red silk wedding dress. Okay, let's see how much this is going to come to.
Yep, weddings are expensive business. Oh, and don't forget to set aside money for the hongbao.
What?
Hongbao, or little red envelopes with money inside, is kind of like the groom's traditional way to persuade the bride's family to let him see her on the big day. It's kind of like a combination of a tradition and a wedding gift all wrapped into one.
Hey Donny, what say you give me a hongbao? I'll let you have a picture with the bride.
I'm Donny Newman. We'll see you next time.
Come on, it's traditional.
Tune in next time for our review of starting a business and getting married here in China. In the meantime, be sure to keep sending in your questions at localaowai@bon.tv. I'm Donny Newman, and we'll see you next time.